finish to that first half for Sacramento. Both teams really sluggish in that first quarter, really for about the first 18 minutes, and then the Kings went on a run there, and they lead it 54-41. We are with you at the half as the Kings look for their 42nd win of the year, which would put them with their first winning season after 16 years of futility. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. How about yourself, Napes?
I'm doing good. I expected this type of a game because the Kings played last night. They didn't check into their hotel this morning until 3 o'clock. They now look like the Kings. That last 6 minutes of the second quarter, you could see the difference between these two teams. The Kings really stretched this game out towards the end of the half.
Yeah, Brooklyn has no answer for Sabonis.
No.
You saw them going small a lot of the second quarter, so that advantage will not go away in the second half. That will still be there. So it's just a matter of the Kings getting some shots to fall other than Domas.
Is Sabonis just unfreaking believable? I mean, I know we talk about this all the time, right? But
Yes.
I mean, how good is he? Seriously. I mean, 20 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists. He's unbelievable.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who's on him. It really doesn't. He plays his game, and he's a machine. Let's just call him a machine.
Yes, indeed. All right, so 54-41 at the half as the Kings are in control. Again, you look at the scoring, Sabonis with 20. You had Keegan Murray with 8 and 4 rebounds. Huerter did not score, but he only did 6 minutes. Off the bench, Monk with 6, Lyles with 3, Metu, Edwards, and Mitchell all with 2 apiece. Kings only shoot 37%, 6 of 23 for 26%. They did get to the line 14 times, and they made 12. Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, they shoot 34% floor, 36% from downtown, and they only made it to the line 5 times, and they made 3.
Grant, here's what's encouraging for me. The Kings have already put up 48 shots tonight. Last night, they only put up 79. Yeah. So the shots will fall for them. They're getting what they want. The assists are okay for the first half. Like to see the assists a little bit higher, but getting to the line, that's a product of Sabonis and being physical inside.
I know a lot of people are ODing on basketball today with March Madness and, of course, what went on at the arena right behind me, the huge upset. But the Kings looking to win their second game of this 4-game road trip. Ryan and I will also be on with you right after the contest as well. Buddy, I want to let you know, for whatever reason, the chat messages are not registering right now on my device. So if you see any messages and you want to put them up, you can control that. No problem at all. We are going to ask people, what do you think the final score is going to be? I don't think the Nets are going to score 100 in this game. I think the Nets are going to have below 100. I think the Kings are going to win this game. And I think they'll, again, they played last night. I think Mike Brown would like to go deep into the bench here towards the end of the game. I'm thinking the Kings are going to win this game 114-98.
114-98. All right. I agree that they are not going to score the Brooklyn, speaking of 100 tonight. I'm going to go 121-99. 121-99.
121 to what?
99.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So if you want to hit us up with your predictions on what the final score is going to be, please do that. 54-41 at the break. Again, not the best half of basketball you're ever going to see. All right. But the Kings clearly in the final 6 minutes of that first half showed that they are a far superior team. And they did just that. The Nets really, when you think about that, it's not like the Nets are chopped liver when you look at their record, right?
No.
Yeah. They're maybe I'm not giving them enough credit. They're 39-30. They're 19-12 at home. Maybe I'm not being respectful enough to them, but I thought the Nets looked terrible, particularly in that second quarter.
Well, Grant, their team has changed a lot too, right? Since the Durant trade. And so they're still trying to recalibrate a little bit, but they do have a decent amount of talent on that team. It's just they're not very deep. They only go about 8 off the bench, or 8 deep for the game. So, as that team gets more cohesive, they're going to be better, but they are streaky. If they're like the Kings, if they get going, they can get going. So
yes, they can.
Speaks to that record.
And I think one of the keys in this second half will be attrition for the Kings. Again, they did play last night against the Nets team that did not, and it was a very early morning arrival. So, keep that in mind a little bit as this game moves on. Also, keep in mind Bennett's with 2 locations, Roseville, Eureka, and Lead Hill Road, Sacramento on the corner of how and Fair Oaks. And whether it's prime seafood and steak, whatever the case may be, or you just want a salad, they have it all for you. Their weekend brunch, they have prime rib on the weekends, which is just incredible. Do you know they have over 50 different glasses of wine available? Think about that. Over 50 wines available by the glass. That's pretty impressive at Bennett's. Don't forget they're coming to Rockland as well this spring, Blue Oaks Town Center. So keep that in mind as well. Bennett's, Roseville, and Sacramento. Big time Sacramento Kings supporters as well. All right, again, 54-41 at the break. Sacramento with 24 in the first, and then they put 30 on the board in the second, and that's why they have the 13-point lead. Again, Sabonis leading all scorers with 20. Bridges had 10 for the Nets. Dinwiddie with 8. Claxton with 6 off the bench. Seth Curry, former Sacramento King, had 9 points. But, again, the Nets only 41 points at the half. They did not shoot the ball well at all.
No, they did not. And sorry, guys, I can't put up the chat because I'm not an administrator right now with our program. So I'll kind of read off a couple. A lot of people, Grant, talking about Kevin Huerter and the injury. It's been reported that it is a hamstring and he will get an MRI tomorrow.
Yeah, I was waiting on that. I know he only played the 6 minutes and we saw it, but I didn't know what it was. So I didn't want to comment on that until we got word. So they think hamstring, and that's not good news.
Yeah, it came from Woj. Woj tweeted that out.
The one, I would say that's the one position on this Kings team where I think they have enough depth.
Yes.
Like as long, and I hate to say this because everyone's important, but you don't want to see that with Fox. You don't want to see that with Sabonis. I think we all agree, correct? Those are the two guys that the Kings just simply cannot replace. The Kings are well suited to do better, at Kevin Huerter's position. I mean, when you have Malik Monk, obviously, and how well he can play, and Davis, and you got some options there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have more to play with. You saw last night with Trey Lyles out; they had less to play with at that position. So definitely 2-guard, 3-guard. They're set there, and a lot of teams will go small against the Kings from time to time. And when they do, that's a perfect setup for what the Kings like to do.
All right, so Ryan will do his best to read off some final scores. Excuse me, we gave our final scores. So if you want to give us some final scores, we'll do that. And we'll try to figure out why the chat line is not coming up on my laptop. I don't know. I'm not going to do a rant on this, but I now have my A laptop back. I picked it up from the service center yesterday, and everything seems to be working fine. But then when I logged on, and this would have nothing to do, I don't believe, with the laptop, but now all of a sudden, I don't have anything coming up on my chat. So I'll figure that out and get it going for the post-game show. How's that sound?
Sounds good. All right. We've got Dom. He's got the Kings 115, 106. We've got MJ Kings 135, 107. I saw Hugh there. Hugh's got 120, 112 Kings.
Okay.
Keep them coming, guys, and we'll keep reading them off for you.
Yeah, I'll log on too on my other device, and I can help you with that as well. Yeah, Denver is struggling. That's a good point right there by MJ. Do you know the Nuggets are in Detroit, and it's 86-82 Denver with 30 seconds left to go in a third? Something's not right with that team. I mean, they shouldn't be up by. They've been trailing much of that game. They now lead, but I wonder what's going on with the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, Grant, I mean, it's a long season, okay? And you know that better than anybody. And teams are going to have their ups and downs. The Kings have had that stretch this year, and Denver, up until this point, really hasn't. So is it great timing for them? Debatable. I mean, it's better for it to happen now than in the playoffs. But I have faith they'll ultimately get right and still remain at that 1 seed.
Eli's got the Kings winning 111-102. Matthew has them up 125-101. Kyle has the Kings winning 108-88. And, when you think about the score, is anyone in the audience picking the Nets to win this game? I don't see the Nets winning this game. To me, the Kings played their, can I just call this? Can I say the Kings played their C-plus game average, and they're still up by 13 at the half? You think that's accurate? Or am I being a little douche? Okay.
No, I think you know what, I would, for a back-to-back, especially with the travel that they did last night and getting in when they did this morning, I would say that's a B- for the Kings. I would even go higher than that.
Okay. 115. Garrison's got the Kings winning 115-110. MJ asked, what's your take when the Kings get big leads to sit starters? Well, yeah, absolutely. Jay has the Kings winning 112-102. Kevin's got him up 110-98. Peter, 112-95. Vang's got him 122-112. Garrison, as we said, has the Kings winning 115-110. So right now it's a 54-41. We so appreciate everybody joining us here on the stream. Ryan and I will be doing this again coming up at halftime. We know a lot of people are watching college basketball, particularly what's been going on in Sacramento with the big upset. Princeton, you got to think that Coachy was looking down on his former Princeton Tigers pull off one of the great upsets in this year's tournament. I mean, and I say that this will go to, no matter what else happens. Yeah. Okay, it's going to go down as probably the biggest upset in this year's tournament without even knowing what else is going to happen this weekend. A 15 beating a 2, that's pretty freaking huge. And Coachy was well, that's why he was in the Hall of Fame. What he was able to do at Princeton. So game being in Sacramento, Pete Carril, you kind of got that feeling, didn't you?
Yeah, 100%. When that guy hit that 3, I was just like, oh my gosh. Wow. Like it was just, and they're not running Pete's offense this year, but Coachy is still such a big part of that program that they run, their culture. So Coachy was at the game.
Lydia asked, what happened to Huerter hamstring, Lydia? They're going to do an MRI tomorrow and we'll get more information. Derek says he's at the game. Lots of Kings fans, and he's got his J. Will jersey on. How about that? Strutting around at the Barclays Center with number 55. I love that.
Nice.
Derek. Good stuff right there. Debbie has the Kings winning 125-100. And someone wants to know, where's the link to your site for the shirts? I've got fabulous news, like great news. Join us on the postgame show. It's done. I'm going to give you the link. I'm going to tell you how you can get your shirts on the postgame show after the Kings win their 42nd game of the year. I'm waiting to celebrate. How's that sound?
Yeah, let's do it. 100% Grant Napier on the postgame show to celebrate.
Not 100% Grant Napier. There's a guy named Ryan in Sacktown that's on too. You know what I'm saying?
No, I just can't get over the rant last night. 100% Grant Napier. That's what those freaking shirts are. 100% Grant Napier. That was gold, Grant.
Yeah. It's funny. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about half the time. I just ramble and I find out how many people love what I had to say, and I'm just literally just winging it, making it up. All I don't know.
When you started with it's made with 100% Grant Napier, it was just all gold from
100% Grant freaking Napier.
Grant freaking Napier. That's right.
All right. At the end of 3 in Motown, it's 86-86. Other games tonight: Orlando's in Phoenix, and Indiana and Milwaukee. It's 51-46 Bucks halfway through the second, and Toronto is leading Oklahoma City 72-61. All right, second half is getting ready to begin, and Garrison says we're getting a little cocky. Nothing is for sure with the Kings in a back-to-back. That's very true, Garrison. We are getting a little bit cocky. I think that's fair. I think I'll say guilty to that.
Fair, Garrison. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, I can't really argue with that. We are getting a little cocky, Yeah. So we're due to be cocky. It's been 17 years.
Yeah, right? It's a lot coming out. We're saving it up.
Zach wants to know how much money will Sabonis want in the new deal. It's called MAX for short, okay? Max. That's what he'll be getting in his new deal, a max deal. There will be no negotiating, okay? There won't be like, hey, you need to bring your agent in. We need to have a talk. It will be like, when would you like to come in and sign your max deal? That's what it will be.
Yes.
All right. Hey, buddy, we'll see you in about an hour.
All right. Sounds good, bud.
All right.
Go Kings.
And really, really appreciate everybody else right here. Join us after the game here on If You Don't Like That. Enjoy the second half.